Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. This is Michael with Mornings with Michael, early in the afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great day. Go out there and support your favorite taco truck if you haven't done so already. We pulled back to around 66,700. We bounced, pull back again with a little lower pullback. And then we came in range between 66,700 and 67.5. 66,700 in the trading range with Bitcoin. Let's go over to our word of the day. Our word of the day. This little screen I'm going to move. It's kind of getting in about way here. The word of the day is recherché, rare, exotic, or obscure. When I want to look for more recherché, I add more jewelry and accessories. Let us go over to our S&P 500 heat map, see how we kind of a tough market, number of mixed bag day. So that is over to, so if you don't want building up, the market goes up by about 5% per year. And it happened in 2008 for the market. If we can get our charts up here. Yes, we do have a little bit of a problem with getting for a second here. So we are back. This is the US dollar index. And this is part of the reason that is going to put pressure on stocks. When the US dollar raises or rises, puts pressure on stocks. When it goes down, the stocks rally. So we're going to have to continue to watch that and see how much stronger that is going to get. Silver, pretty amazing. Silver keeps moving up when the dollar is strong. Gold is not quite as strong as silver, up 1% today. Copper is pretty flat for the day. Uranium tried to move higher and then sold off a little bit and bounced back. Look at Denison Mines, kind of holding about where it ended off yesterday off penny. Look at platinum, holding pretty strong. Wheat is up slightly. Look at the commodity fund index, and it is rising. If this gets rising too far, there may be a rotation out of stocks into commodities. So that's something we want to keep our eyes on. Let's go over to the bond yields. Bond yields are now above the 200-day moving average. This is quite a move off of the bottom. So that's going to continue to put pressure on the small capitalization stocks. Here is the 20-year down 0.3% today, 0.3%. Look at the VIX or the volatility index. It's just pulling back a little bit here, 0.87%. That must be the S&P 500 is up today. It's pretty flat, off 0.05%. The equal weight in the S&P 500 is off 0.45%. The NASDAQ is actually up 0.11%. And the equal weight in the NASDAQ is pulling back to the 20-day moving average. IWM is pulling back, continues its pullback. We can just take a look at a couple of small cap stocks, see how this putting pressure on them. It's off 5.25% on ELF. Celsius is down 1.36%. So we can just see what that does. We did get sell to MicroStrategy today, as was up about 17% since we bought. So let us continue on. Dow Jones. It's right about the 10-day moving average. Look at financials, bouncing off the 10-day. K-Web in China, get a little bit of a bounce today, up 1.37%. The other index is up 0.79%. Communications staying steady. Utilities bouncing off of the 10-day moving average and a little pullback. Real estate is still mired at the 50-day moving average. Home builders continue falling. They pull back to the 50-day moving average. Biotech up slightly. Consumer discretionary holding right at the 20-day. Consumer staples holding right at the 50-day moving average, up about 0.5% today. Healthcare is dropping 0.15%. Jets holding steady. Leisure activity retail continues to pull back. Semiconductors, it's pretty flat today, 0.45%. Building materials pulls back to the 20-day. Mining and metals pulls back a little bit. Insurance sells off and then bounces above the 20-day moving average. Regional banks get a little bit of a bounce off the 10-day today. That looks good. And the S&P banks are up almost 1%. I think that'll be our ETF of the day today. And I'm not sure if we are missing anything. We'll just kind of call. Oh, yes, we need to look at software, technology. They're just pretty flat, not doing too much. So that is the story there. We don't have any news again today. Going to see what we got, up 10% and 200% increase in volume. Let's just adjust the screen here a little bit. Adjust this, get this over to the left-hand side. This looks like Herc Holdings up 17% today on increase in earnings. 9%, it was up 9% year over year quarter. So this is Nightscope, develops security technology, provides autonomous security robots. It is up pretty close to 17%. And iRhythm, gaps up 21% today. Pretty nice move. Let's see if they're, what's up 5%. We got Philip Morris. Flex Steel Industries, up nearly 30% today. That's an amazing move. Their earnings came in at 429%. We looked at Herc. We got Mueller Industries up 14%. So General Motors came in with their earnings up 30% year over year quarter, and they almost got to 10% move on the stock. Seabridge Gold, the gold area just keeps moving on up. It's cleared the $20 target. If you take this $18.99, the buy point was at $19.09. Philip Morris, huge move up almost 11%. Earnings increased 14% year over year quarter. Altair Engineering up 8.22%. Washington Trust Bank Corp, their earnings came in at -2%, but appeared to be well liked. Quest Diagnostics provides diagnostic testing information related services to the healthcare industry. It's up nearly 7% today. Pretty huge volume. Look at that volume, up 205%. Zion Bank Corp looks like it, definitely gapped up today, up 6.21% on earnings, increasing 21%. I'm just going to adjust your screen, make sure getting everything in. Gatex leases, operates, manages long-lived assets used in all marine and industrial equipment industries. It's up nearly 7%. Earnings are up 74%. Looked at iRhythm. Trump Media and Telecom is up about 10% today. Kind of had a shelf pattern here for a few days, and now it has jumped up to get to its 200-day moving average. Sold off when it got up there the other day. We'll just see if it continues. We've got some institutional ant right here. Nightscope, we looked at that, up about 17%. And that is everything that we're looking at. What we've been doing. We showed that we got rid of our new holding. After a couple of weeks, we turned that into a 16% gain. So we just took our profit from that today. BidX, holding steady. A-Lab, looks pretty strong here. It's holding the bottom of the gap up. And it's staying right in this kind of area right here. Really like that. Our option on American Superconductor went down a little bit, down a little over 2% today. NVIDIA holding steady. Look at Netflix after their earnings, down about 1%, but holding pretty steady up there. Google is trading in a pretty flat area here. I'm wondering if this is coiling up and getting ready to take off. Could possibly be a VCP pattern. We'll just continue to watch that. Microsoft, we said, went up about 2% today. A nice liftoff of what could be a VCP pattern right here. Either that or a shelf. And it is, volume was up 39%. Apple, bouncing off of the 10-day moving average. I'm going to pull back. Amazon, holding pretty flat, maybe building a shelf. Tesla is stuck under its 50-day moving average. We'll just continue to watch this. Eli Lilly, pretty flat right there, up 0.33%. I'm wondering if I'm missing anything. Broadcom, holding pretty steady near the 10-day moving average. So this is MicroStrategy. Learned my lesson last time. I didn't sell into strength and it really sold off. So I figured I'd sell into strength today. Oracle, it's pretty flat, right around 175. Carpenter Technology, pulling under the 20-day. Cava Mediterranean Grill, holding pretty steady at 136. Sweet Greens is starting to kind of look pretty appetizing. So that'll wrap it up for our show today. Mornings with Michael is brought to you for information and educational purposes only. Remember to do your own due diligence if you want to follow along with us. And I keep going back to this former IPO. I think this will be the IPO of the day as it is up about 10% today. Pretty amazing. I really sold that way too soon, but that is the story. Hope everybody has a great day. Go out there, make a difference. Keep working on your goals and your activities. Surprise anybody and everybody around you. And if you need any assistance with your financial goals or activities, feel free to reach out to us. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.